And here we go. Nothing like watching that red bar go across. And I'm watching it this time because it didn't go well the last time. And here we are. Shabbat Shalom, Erev Tov, good evening. It is a joy to celebrate with all of you tonight, to be together this very warm Shabbat this evening for Kabbalat Shabbat. We join first on page 10 in our copies of Mishkan Tefillah as we sing together with our, and I do mean sing together, even if you can only hear your voice and the cantor's voice. We sing together, Hine Matov, how good it is that we are together, that all of us are here together.
And for those who have their cameras turned on and watching you to see if your mouths are moving, so that I know you're singing with me. Just say. Even if I can't hear you, I can see.
If we have those copies of Mishkan Tefillah handy, we will turn to page 12 as we join with our cantor in singing Lechu Neranana, Psalm 95, as we continue with our Kabbalat Shabbat, page 12.
Lechu neranena, L'Adonai, Yai, lai, 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 Nariya, Yai, lai, 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 Litzur Yishenu, Yai, lai, 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 let us sing out to God, the maker of all, sure and strong. Let all of creation from mountain to sea hear our song. Lechu niranina, yai lai 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 lai, L'Adonai, yai lai 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 lai, Nariya, yai lai 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 lai, Litzor Yishenu, yai lai 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 lai, for all of the wonder in all of God's light, we rejoice. So now let us listen with all of our hearts to hear God's voice. Yai, nai, 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 Naria. Yai, nai, 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 Litzor Yishenu. Yai, nai, 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 Yai, nai, nai, Yai, nai, nai.
Turn now to the blessing of our Shabbat lights. And as Cantor prepares to lead us in the blessing, I invite you, if you at home have not yet lit your candles, to go ahead and prepare to light them as we join together with our Cantor and we welcome the light of Shabbat into our lives.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של Shabbat.
Amen. On page 20, we find Lecha Dodi, and we prepare to welcome the Sabbath bride into our lives. So we join in singing on page 20, verses 1, 5, and 9, remembering to rise on the 9th verse to greet the Sabbath bride. Again, page 20 in your copy of Mishkan Tefillah.
Lecha Dodi לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה שמוע וזכור בדיבור אחד השמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה התעוררי התעוררי כי באורך קומי אורי 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 שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה.
Let's all rise.
בואי בשלום עטרת בלט גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמונה עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela.
As we welcome Shabbat into our lives, as we prepare ourselves to be fully present this Shabbat in our prayer, in our being a community, though distant physically we are, we turn to page 28 in our prayer books as we remain standing for the Baruch Hu. Page 28.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Barechu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach. לעולם ועד, לעולם ועד. ידה לי לי לי, ידה לי לי לי, ידה לי לי לי, ידה לי לי לי. Yada la la la, yada la la la, yada la la la, yada la la la.
We can be seated as we continue and pray for the one who brings on the evening. The Hebrew we find on page 30, the English, for those of us who have been to camp, know very well. Page 30, the Hebrew.
The English is not difficult. If you don't know it already, I promise you will catch on. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, and day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, and day turns to night. Yom v'layla, goler or mibnei choshev, goler or mibnei choshev, v'choshev mibnei yom. Yom v'layla, goler or mibnei choshev, goler or mibnei choshev, v'choshev mibnei yom. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, and day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, and day turns to night. Yom v'layla, goler or mibnei choshev, goler or mibnei choshev, v'choshev mibnei yom.
We rise again. And as we rise, I invite you to breathe deeply, close your eyes, reflect on the week that was, and as you exhale, let that week go as we join in singing the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Ya Adonai, Ya Adonai, 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 Adonai. Ya Adonai, Adonai, Adonai. Ya Adonai, 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 Adonai. Ya Adonai, Adonai, Adonai. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod Machuto, Leolam, Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod Machuto, Leolam, Leolam Vaed. Ya Elonai, Ya Elonai, 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 Ya Elonai, Elonai, Elonai. Ya Elonai, 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 Elonai. Ya Elonai, Elonai, Elonai. You shall love with all of your heart, your soul, and with all of your might. You shall teach your children to hope, to love, and to know what is right. Ya Elonai, Ya Elonai, 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 Elonai. Ya Elonai, Elonai, Elonai. Ya Elonai, 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 Elonai. Ya Elonai, Elonai, Elonai.
We can be seated. And we'll continue on 41. Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles and earth protected and cherished, the gift for our children and the generations to come, the song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace.
Ya Elai, 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 Ya Elai, 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 Elai. B'chamoch ba'elim Adonai, b'chamoch neta b'kodesh, lo ratehi lo tosef eleh, lo ratehi lo tosef eleh. Malechutecha ra'u banecha, bokeyah libnei Moshe u'Miriam, ze Elianu v'yamru, זה אליהו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר כי בררנה את יעקב וגאלה מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני ישראל
turn to page 42 as we give thanks for the night and its rest and the promise of peace for all the world.
Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Lishalom, V'hamideinu Shomreinu L'chaim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Ashkiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu Lishalom, V'hamideinu Shomreinu L'chaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Ashkiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu Lishalom, V'hamideinu Shomreinu L'chaim.
More than the Jewish people has kept Shabbat, Shabbat has kept the Jewish people, and we rejoice in that as we turn to page 44 in our prayer books, and we join with our cantor in singing Vishamru, page 44.
Vishamru B'nai Yisrael, Vishamru B'nai Yisrael, Et HaShabbat, La'asot et HaShabbat, L'dorotam berit olam Vishamru. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael, Vishamru b'nei Yisrael, Et HaShabbat, La'asot et HaShabbat, L'dorotam berit olam Vishamru. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael, V'shamru b'nei Yisrael, Et HaShabbat, La'asot et HaShabbat, L'dorotam berit olam Vishamru. Ubayom hashvi Shabbat, Shabbat v'hinafash, Vishamru b'nei Yisrael, Vishamru b'nei Yisrael, Et HaShabbat, La'asot et HaShabbat, L'dorotam berit olam Vishamru.
Spiritually, physically, we turn to page 46 and we rise for the Amidah.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agitehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, Umevig Geula Livnei V'neihem, Le'man Shemo B'Yahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Avraham Bezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechayei Hakol atah Rav Lehoshia. Morid atah, Mechakel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayei Hakol Berachamim Rabim. תומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בגבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצליח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
We may be seated. And we turn in our Siddurim in our prayer books to page 60 as we lift our voices up and pray for peace.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Hasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Hasim Leolam. Ki atov melech Adon, Lecho Shalom. Ki atov melech Adon, Lecho Shalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
We turn now to page 253 in our prayer books. We take time in our service to pray for those who are in need of healing, a healing of body and a healing of spirit. We think of all those who are suffering from this pandemic, as well as our medical professionals and first responders who are helping heal all of us. And we think of those in our own lives who are in need of healing. And if you wish to share the name of somebody who is in need of healing, want to put that name in the chat, or you're on YouTube and want to put that name in the comments, lift those names up. Or even if you just want to say that person's name out loud, lift that name up so that together we can pray, all of us, for healing.
Avotenu Mikor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength who blessed the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishaberach imotenu Mikor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We take a moment and offer up whatever prayer the heart may prompt.
Oseh shalom Yivrama, Uyasi shalom aleinu, Ve'al Yisrael, Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, Ve'imru Amen. Oh, say shalom bimrama. Say shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Ve'imru Amen. Yay la 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 yay la 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 oh say shalom bimrama Huya ase shalom aleinu ve'al Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru Amen.
We turn now to our Seder Kriyat HaTorah, our opportunity to hear a little bit of Torah. And I'm going to ask Brian Gluck, who is our technology person tonight, to go ahead and share the text that Cantor is actually going to be chanting and talking about. So I'm going to shut up so she can do that.
So tonight we chant from Parshat. It's actually a double portion, Hukat Balak, but we will be focusing on the second portion of the double portion, the Parshat Balak, from which comes one of our keystone texts. We sing it to open nearly every Saturday morning when we have a service, and we open the high holidays with it occasionally. Ma tohu ovhalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. How fair are your tents, O Jacob, and your dwellings, O Israel. Now, I was doing some reading earlier, just to remind myself of the story of Balaam and the talking donkey, which is the person who actually blesses Israel with these words. And I thought it was interesting. I read a commentary that said, you would think that this quote, how fair are your tents, O Jacob, your dwellings, O Israel, that is so significant to our liturgy and to our prayer, that it would come from a really important part of the story, that perhaps it is even Moses exiting or entering even the Mishkan, the sacred tent that they built for God to dwell in amongst them while they were in the desert. You would think that is when something like this would be uttered upon viewing the Jewish people observing God's mitzvot and building such a beautiful Mishkan for God to dwell in. But no, these words come from Balaam, who is sent by a king to curse the Jewish people, and upon several, we'll call them circumstantial, they're not circumstantial, mishaps that get in his way, he decides instead, upon viewing the Israelites, to bless them. Perhaps it's to remind ourselves not to look inward and say, we are good because our teachings are good. But instead, we must remember that we are supposed to be a light unto the nations and view ourselves from outward, as Balaam did. And make sure that we are putting on the example. We are following the mitzvot, not just teaching them, but following them, so that we too can set an example and cause people to go, how fair are your tents, O Jacob, your dwellings, O Israel. What an example you show us that we may follow. Just a few thoughts. So these are the first 5 verses from chapter 24 of Numbers. Oh, and we will do the study blessing first. So Rabbi about to jump in. It's a mitzvah blessing, and the ending is La'asok b'divrei Torah. So Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. Vayar Bil'am ki tov בעיני אדוני לברך את ישראל ולא הלך כפעם בפעם לקראת נחשים וישת אל המדבר פניו ויישא בלעם את עיניו וירא את ישראל שוכן לשבטיו ותהי עליו רוח אלוהים ויישא משלו ויאמר נאום בלעם בנו ואור ונאום הגבר שתום העין נאום שומע אמרי אל אשר מחזה שדי יחזה נופל וגלוי עיניים מה טובו אוהליך יעקב משכנותיך ישראל.
Shkoyach.
Of course, I mess up the trope on the very famous line. I was just too excited.
There you go. There you go. And Brian, while you can lower the screen. There we go. We also have an opportunity to do birthday blessings because it's the first Shabbat of the month. So who's celebrating a July birthday? Go ahead and put it in the chat if you're celebrating a July birthday. That includes, it's a predicament of the pandemic, but it's also a moment of excitement. This one was born in July. That was my son. And we normally don't get to celebrate his birthday because he's at camp. Pandemic means no camp, which means we get to celebrate his birthday. So it's very exciting. So anybody else have a birthday? I see Judith has a birthday. We'll count that, Eliana. That's fine. That works too. That's your Jewish birthday. So that's good. So for all of you, and my son just ran out of the room because we paid attention to him, and God forbid. For all of you, we celebrate now in this moment, in the heat of the year, in the heat of summer, and in the time in the month that we celebrate the birthday of our country, the birthday of our people. It's Rose's birthday too. So for each and every one of you, I pray that your birthdays, much like the birthday of our country, is a time of celebration and of real celebration and reflection on what is most important and valued and loving and joyful in this world, and a chance for you to reflect on who it is you are becoming, because we are all always in the process of becoming. And with that, we'll invite Cantor to sing Shachiano over each and every one of you.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. Mazel tov and Yom Huledet Sameach.
And happy birthday and Admea V'Esrim to each and every one of you. And happy birthday to you too. Yeah, you went that way. All right. So, a quick story. Since it's Kabbalat Shabbat, we get to do a story. And I was reflecting, I don't think I've told the story, at least not in a long time. But it's a story that's precious to me, and you'll see why. It's a Hasidic story. A story about Rabbi Dovber of Lubavitch. And when Dovber of Lubavitch was a young man, He and his family didn't have their own home. They actually lived at his father's home. They lived with his father, Rabbi Shneur Zalman. And the situation was Dov-Ber lived downstairs with his family, and Shneur Zalman lived upstairs. And it was a lovely arrangement for the entire family. But Dov-Ber was a very pious and dedicated student of Torah, and he would study all the time. He was very preoccupied with his studies, focused on his studies. And one time, Shneur Zalman was studying up in his room because he was devoted to his studies as well, but he started hearing crying, like a baby crying. And it sounded like one of his grandchildren, but he thought, no, Dov-Ber will get to it soon enough. But the crying continued and continued for what seemed like an eternity. Those of us who have had a crying baby nearby us, we know that an eternity for the crying baby is about a second and a half. But let's assume it was a little more than that. So Rabbi Zalman, Shneur Zalman came downstairs, went into the baby's room, and found that he had fallen out of his crib, and nobody was attending to him. So he picked up the baby and comforted the baby. Now, during this time, Rabbi Dov-Ber was busy studying and had taken no notice of the baby's crying, but suddenly paused and heard that the crying had stopped. He walked into his child's room and saw his father there, comforting his grandchild. And Rabbi Shneur Zalman said to his son, I don't know what it was that you were studying, but it could not have been Torah. Because if it were Torah, you would have learned, you would know to be attentive to the cry of pain. What is the purpose of our Torah? What is the purpose of our learning? What is the purpose of all of our tradition, our prayer, our holidays, our traditions, our rituals, if they do not sensitize us to cries of pain? If we become so preoccupied with our own concerns that we never look out to the world to see what is needed and to respond to the cries that we hear. As we prepare to celebrate the 4th of July, as we prepare to celebrate this country, yes, still celebrate this country, even in this moment of anxiety, even in this moment of injustice, may we remember that our tradition exists only to help us hear the cries of pain that others voice, and to respond to those cries of pain with comfort and with love. May this be so, as we say, Amen. And with that, we turn back to our prayers. As we turn to Aleinu L'Shabeach, if you have Mishkan Tefillah handy, it's on page 282 in the Shabbat version, page 282. And I'll invite you to rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
can be seated as we turn in our prayer books to page 294. However brief may be our time on earth, O God, you endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. If you are in the first 30 days of your mourning, the period of Shloshim, I invite you to rise. And if you're in the first year of your mourning, I invite you to rise. And if on this Shabbat you observe a yahrzeit, I invite you to rise. And if it is your custom to rise to remember those whom only we can remember, those who have died from this pandemic, those who have died of injustice, the martyrs of our people, those who have died protecting this country, I invite you to do so as we again turn to page 294 and join in Mourner's Kaddish. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah, v'alma divrach hiruteh, v'amlich malchuteh, v'chayechon v'yomechon, v'chayedachol beit Yisrael, v'agalah v'zman kari v'imru, amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudusha v'richu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, ta'amiran bi'alma v'yimru, amen. Yehei shalom rabba min shamaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru, amen. As one congregation, we remember Eileen Connor, Zelda Wasserman, Josephine Akel, Frances Applebaum, Rose Barsky, Minnie Brownstein, Samuel Cohen, Lillian Kramer, Morris Ellick, Joseph Foreman, Anna Gelb, Ray Goldenberg, Ria Gould, Tilly Greenberg, Harry Jablow, Rose G. Koffler, Robert Kramer, Jeffrey M. Kronfeld, Herman Stanley Kerr, Ruth Lieberman, Edna Millamad, Herman Merritt, Saul Miller, Rosalind Radner, Martin Seltzer, Saul Tumarkin, and Beryl Weisberg. And if you have a name to add, feel free to put that name in the chat, or if you're on YouTube, feel free to put that name of the person you're remembering in that place so we can see it and remember that person with you. For all those we remember, for all those we mention out loud or in our hearts, zichronam livracha, may their memories be a blessing. Amen. We may be seated. Torah study tomorrow at 9:30 as usual. Reminders that next Saturday night, we have a special Nefesh Mountain concert and Havdalah. If you have not signed up for it yet, then you don't have the Zoom link for it. Where is the Zoom link? It comes to you after you sign up for it, so that we can send you the Zoom link. Does that sound tautological? Probably, but that's how it's going to work. So I hope you join us for that. That should be really amazing. Many thanks to the Litwins for sponsoring it. Next Saturday night, Havdalah with our cantor and concert with Nefesh Mountain. And then the following week, we have a chance to have a meet and greet with Kehilat Har-El, one of our sister Reform congregations in Jerusalem, with the clergy from Kehilat Har-El, which was my regular Shabbos stop, Shabbat morning stop when I lived in Jerusalem. So, and I've known the cantor there for a long time. It's a wonderful, wonderful place. So I hope you will join us for that meet and greet. More programming coming up, even though it's summer, because it's Beth Emeth, and Beth Emeth don't stop. But we are going to end our service by joining together in singing Adon Olam, which is on 321, page 321 in Mishkan Tefillah. Let's join together.
We're missing Dennis's party accompaniment. It's just not the same, but we join together. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra V'eit Nasa V'chefso Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Azai Melech Shemo Nikra V'acharei Kichlot HaKol V'vado Yimloch Nora Ve'hu והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה בתפארה והוא יהיה בתפארה והוא אחד ואין שני תמשילו לככבירה בלי ראשית בלי תכלית ולא העוז והמשרה ולא העוז והמשרה והוא אלי וחי גואלי צור חבלי בעת צרה והוא ניסי ומנוס לי מנת כוסי ביום מקרא מנת כוסי ביום מקרא בגדו אפקיר רוחי ועת אישן ואירה ואם רוחי גביעתי אדוני לי ולא אירה אדוני לי ולא אירה.
Shabbat
Shabbat
Shalom.
Shalom.
Happy 4th of July weekend. Many thanks to Brian Gluck for his technology support. Happy birthday to all those who we celebrate birthdays with. And now we are going to end the live stream to YouTube. For all of those of you following along on YouTube, we're going to wish you Shabbat Shalom.